Never sure what you're going to see, but the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it, and on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That's complete, left side to Worthy. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 23 yards the pickup there from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. Able to find Gray here. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now it's Mahomes again.
That's caught right side by Worthy.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Xavier Worthy
from 10 yards out.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
Mahomes will throw for it.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's 3rd and 6. They'll throw with Penix.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They'll try the right side with P-Ryan.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Up the middle, here's P-Ryan.
And he stopped immediately there.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Xavier Worthy,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will... the 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 34-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. They'll go play action here with Penix. That is intercepted. Room here to run. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Mahomes to throw it.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Mahomes will throw. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
And what a big play, because now you're guaranteed at least a shot at extending this one. He had the 40-yard line picked out as his bare minimum to give them some kind of a game-tying attempt, and he got there. Excellent determination on that scramble, and it might just up and snatch away a victory.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1.
Oh, what a play, but he couldn't get out of bounds. And you've got no timeouts. They've got to get to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Now 1st and goal. Mahomes.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Mahomes.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the 4th. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's caught by Pitts.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
The middle of the field, still an option here. Got to hit something quickly and call a timeout.
They'll look to throw.
That is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 86 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
First throw of overtime for Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. It puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco.
They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
We have so many different terms for third down, third and short, third and long, third and manageable. How about third and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. He was out there waving his arms. When you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He'll get this out to his running back, P-Rod. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
That is caught by Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Butker on for the PAT. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Penix.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix.
Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
At the 20-yard line.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.